Check. Check, check. Yeah. All right, cool. All right. Well, welcome to today's live stream. Yeah, like I said, I'm trying something new here using YouTube to do the stream just to avoid like the hours long upload shortly thereafter. I think that this will really, sort of dial in the process here. So, yeah, we'll get started and just see how it goes. And if it works, great. This is what we'll do then. All right, so I'm um going to dive into our analysis starting with BTC, and I'm going to just cue some music here. I'm gonna put on some music in a little bit for when I just do a deep dive into the analysis. But for now, let's start with BTC, and we'll kind of just talk about what's happening and kind of what I expect to happen. So in the Discord yesterday, I said that there was a lot of positive delta building up in this range here. So first of all, we could see that we have this triangle, right? And what ultimately happened is when we got up here, we had the deviation of the range just like I called for. We took out this low and we took out this low, right? And then we took these ones out here as well. So it's not surprising, right? This wasn't, in my opinion, altogether a very shocking move down. We had this formation here that we came up, meaning that we took out all of these highs. So what did that mean? The only thing left to do would then be to take out the lows. Okay, and we did exactly that. It worked out perfectly. It was awesome. So at this point now, if we just go ahead and zoom in, you can see something similar happening here, which I really like this. If we can see some buying power here, this trend line is holding a support, right? And what did we do? We took out all the lows. Well, what's left to be done now is to take out these highs, right? And there was a lot of positive delta building up in here. And just like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see a sweep of the lows. Before then, we get continuation to the upside. I was even thinking that we would maybe go a little bit lower, but the trend line currently is holding, which is very, very nice, right? If we can see some purchasing power show up here and get back above this SR flip zone that is shown in green, we can see it was resistance here and it was support here. I would like to gain acceptance back into this zone and then sweep these highs, possibly even taking this one out here. And my end target, at the very least, would be to take out or to fill this fair value gap, right? So basically this gray zone to get up to about 217,270, fill the gap. Better yet, even come up to this order block here that we have, this 1 hour order block, and then, from there, either look for continuation to the upside or then a move down, right? The downside scenario that I would be looking for, if this area does not hold, if we were to have continuation to the downside and price were to do something like this with a back test and reject, then I would then very much expect lower. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised for a couple different scenarios to play out. I would not be surprised in the event that we do not hold this area of support and gain acceptance back above here and have continuation to the upside. I personally think it's a likely scenario. I think that these highs are just like very ripe for the taking. Like I wouldn't be surprised. Even like let's say we were going to continue down, I wouldn't be surprised if we at least got like a scam pump to take those out and then had a move down. But let's just say we do have continuation. We come down here, we reject from here, and we have continuation to the downside. We do have an order block here, along with the 618 and this untapped daily level that actually we did not reach before. So I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of came down in here, and then had our move up, right? I think that this would really attract and trap a lot of shorts, or maybe this has been a really popular move is a deviation of the order block, and we can see that that happened here. Price deviated the order block, came down, and then bounced from it, but ultimately held it as support on a 4-hour time frame. I could see the same thing here where it would come down, close up here, but come down and take out that wick, and then have possibly some degree of continuation to the upside. Right? So those are kind of my couple scenarios. This area holds a support, we reclaim this green zone, take out these highs, flip this trend line to support, and then have continuation to fill the fair value gap and possibly get to this order block, right, as a first pivot point. Next scenario would be that we do get a move down through this order block into this one where we wick below, hold this area as support, and then, have some degree of a bounce. Those would be like my couple different scenarios that I would be looking for. And I want to take a look at our heat map here just to get a little bit of added confluence to that. Go to the last 7 days here. Let's throw this on Binance. By the way, if you guys do have any questions, I do have the chat open here, so feel free to ask if you do have any. Okay. Yeah, so, like looking at our heat map here, we can see that, yeah, 16,150 is something of a hot spot. We also 17,100, 17,300. Yeah, so like these are really, really nice. Like, and then again, 15,200, which we have a lot of confluence down at that level. I don't think we're going to just straight cut through straight down to there. I think that there's a lot of market structure to be had here in this low liquidity environment. So yeah, so like let's look at our levels: 17,100, 17,300, 16,150. So yeah, the 16,150, we can see that that is about here, and it would be this low. So our scenario where we dive down and take out that low and hold this area of support, boom, perfect. That's a great area of confluence. The next one being up here, we have 100, and again at 300. So these are two other areas again that are really nice. Like I could see us, break out, come up, wick here, consolidate, and then have some degree of continuation, creating a bunch of lows here that then we would sweep for our move down to like this zone here. Right? Like to me, this is the ideal kind of play out. And I would really have to sit down and draw this like time frame wise. Like what is that tomorrow morning that we have that data coming out? PCE. Yeah, so PCE comes out, wick up, probably consolidate for the weekend. Let's say we wick to the upside, come down, consolidate. Let's do like a whipsaw, consolidate, and then run it up into Monday morning. And then we get our move down. Like to me, this would be a really nice scenario, right? Or otherwise, our one down here that we have where we grab this liquidity and then we have some degree of a move to the upside. But so as long as this, trend line holds or this area holds, which I don't know, let's take a look here at the on a lower. Yeah, we can see that we are starting to lose. Well, it's just on this one 15-minute. Yeah, I would definitely, like on an hourly time frame, especially, I would like to see this area held. I would accept some degree of a deviation, like if we were to here's my opinion. I don't think that like this area is going to hold a support, right? So either we hold here and deviate up and have continuation, or we're going to cut through here and we're going to go down to this spot and do that scenario that I talked about. That's what I think. I don't think that we're gonna get this nice middle ground here where we're gonna hold in this zone again. I would say that we will deviate here, or we'll cut down through and grab the liquidity here. Those are the two options there in my opinion. But yeah, either way, I do feel that this is ripe for the taking, and I do, from the looks of this and how this is playing out, whatever this is to me feels like a trap almost. Like I don't think that this is going to be the real move. I would really still like to take these highs out at the very least with a scam wick, and then we can go down if that's what it wants to do. Again, with that said, like I said, if this area doesn't hold, then probably gonna go down here. Okay, let's move on to LTC. I opened up a long trade down here. This was like super 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 great. I know I brought this up a handful of times, but like this wedge played out perfect. So let's start clearing it up because we did talk about this a handful of times. Clean all this up here. Let's start. Put this here. Got one here. These would be zones I would look to clean up in the future, and we still have some lows here, but nonetheless, yeah. So I have drawn here the 382 of. Or here, let me fix this a little bit. Yeah, so I have drawn here the 382, the move, and it looks like we're probably at the 236. Yeah, we're holding the 236 here, like very, very strongly. I'm not a fan of the 236 personally. Like I would prefer that we see a move up to the to the 382 here. And again, like we have a very similar thing starting to form here where we had all these lows. We've swept the lows on our first move, which leaves, these highs to be taken. So like going down to a lower time frame, like I would think here, we didn't take this high, we didn't take this high, this one didn't take these, right? And now we're sweeping these lows. So I would like to see, this green zone hold, you know, come hold this area, get a move up, take these highs, and at least get our dead cat bounce, scenario, which is to the 382. Is what I would really, really, really like to see. Yeah, I'm generally still pretty, pending what BTC decides to do, like I'm still pretty bearish on LTC. To be totally honest with you, like, you look at this chart and we're just in a massive range. The midline is very well respected. Again, we're seeing it respected here. Could we, if BTC does get a run up, could we see maybe a move, higher back into the 70s? Possibly. But like how this all plays out pending BTC, if it does get that move down that we might be looking for, like to sweep the lows, or at the very least, like get a move down to the bottom of the channel again. I think LTC is going to do the same. I think Litecoin will very much get, a move back down to the bottom of this and then, start to rotate again. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see that happen. So it's something to keep an eye on. We'll just have to watch BTC, and I'll keep you guys updated on this one, and I'll start to look for our next potential trade for LTC, because I really liked how this played out. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it and see if we can get, you know, more of a move out of it. If we do get up here, you know, maybe we can look for some kind of a short. If we simply cut down, I'm not, like I said, I'm not really a breakout trader. So if we simply just cut down, I will likely be looking for some degree of like a long for a bounce, you know, and then from there I can, you know, exit or take it from there. Basically, we'll just sort of revert to a channel trading scenario, right? Where you trade, you short the top, long the bottom, trade the range until it breaks, look out for deviations, you know, stop loss below the low, come down here, you know, long it, look for a move back to the mid range, take profit in here, rinse, repeat. Is what I'll be looking for, unless we see some degree of like another setup start to form that we can then, you know, discuss. All right, so with that said, we are going to do like some degree of a deep dive into yikes, this is not what I want to see. Do some degree of a deep dive into Ethereum. I did this count. I almost didn't even take it seriously, but I like did this count as like an example several weeks ago. Maybe honestly, maybe even a month ago at this point. And I said, yeah, we'll have W, X, Y, and then an A, B, C, and then we'll come down to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and make new lows on Ethereum. And like, I don't know. Like I said, I looked at the count and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't seem like very likely, but I'm more or less bearish on Ethereum I'm more bearish on Ethereum than I am on BTC at this point. And like, sure as shit, it is. I don't want to say it's playing out. We'll wait and see. Just be aware that this is a possible outcome. Okay, and we'll really analyze it and look at some serious targets for it along the way. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put on some music and do a deep dive into the chart. And when I'm done, we will stop and we will review it. Okay. If you guys have questions, I'll keep an eye on the chat too, so feel free to ask. Low-key, all of them done they notice. I'm not joking, all my guys, them know me. Since 06, I've been writing this story. I know be OG, but if you ask them know me. I know they blow trees, only lonely me lonely. Music chose me, just know this and know peace. I dey low-key, but I'm never lonely. Sexy ladies, come wine for me slowly.
It's Kelpie vibes.
See, I don't look like waiting, I don't see. I will never forget the 90s. Many nights I go there beg for mercy. Sickle self been show me crisis. Thank you for the journey, oh Lord, oh Lord. If I say my story, oh bah. Fire can't school, I'm ever blazing. I roll deep with the Almighty. I did try for myself. VIP no regular. Can't copy this formula. I ain't 5-star Angel. I did try for myself. VIP no regular. Can't copy this formula. Money in a filter, don't let them fool ya. Make your rubber, stack your paper. Let them know when you pull up. Man down when I pull up. I'll be a leaker, fuck the chaser. Bang, Undertaker. They scared when I pull up. Yeah, roadman fear when I pull up. Only from me cartoon and I be rapping. Shout out to Agege, that city raised me. Ask my crew, then they love me. Then call me AG, baby. Our government no get time for ghetto. We only get love on manifesto. I pray for my people. Jao. I ain't 5-star Angel. I did try for myself. VIP no regular. Can't copy this formula. I ain't 5-star Angel. I did try for myself. VIP no regular. Can't copy this formula. I ain't 5-star Angel. I did try for myself. VIP no regular. Can't copy this formula. I ain't 5-star Angel. I did try for myself. VIP no regular. Can't copy this formula. You never call me for this. If I do something, baby, sure you go tell me, baby. Cause you know the way I did. You know I need you right beside me. You're supposed to be my baby. You know I got you for this. Something they do me, baby. You never call me for this. If I do something, baby, sure you go tell me, baby. Would you wait 1 minute? I'm confident in our finish. I tell you, say, me don't jogodo. On cash, I me go, my God, running over. Even if you wrong, go sokoto. I must follow you, you know, see me, I don't know, man. Come on, I be a monkey. Everybody, they look me like monkey. You know, you say, you sabi say, I know that to play with my brother say. Come on, I be a monkey. Everybody, they look me like monkey. You know, you say, you sabi say, I know that to play with my brother say. You're supposed to be my baby. You know I got you for this. Something that do me, baby. You never call me for this. If I do something, baby, she go tell me, baby. Cause you know the way I did. You know I need you right beside me. You're supposed to be my baby. Everybody know say I want me, I know the lie. Everybody know, don't say I want me, I know the lie. Girl, I don't really care about your body type. What really matter now your vibe? I be the one for you, one for you. Don't really have to be the one to go. Ain't nobody fine like you. Girl, I be the one for you, one for you. And I feel like I've known you my whole life. Feel like I need you in my life. Nobody fit tell me otherwise. This baby will be mine. I feel like I've known you my whole life. Feel like I need you in my life. Nobody fit tell me otherwise. Everybody does say, oh, mommy, I know they like. Mama, me, I'm good. Mama, me, I'm good. Mama, me, I'm good. Mama, me, I'm good. Everybody does say, oh, mommy, I know they like. Mama, me, I'm good. 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 Everybody does say, oh, mommy, I know they like. Pick up my call. Baby Zoro. Girl, I be the one for you, one for you. My body on you, your body on me. Sweet shit up. Baby, now you're on your day. Simply because. And I feel like I've known you my whole life. Feel like I need you in my life. Nobody fit tell me otherwise. This baby will be mine. I feel like I've known you my whole life. Feel like I need you in my life. Nobody fit tell me otherwise. Everybody does say, oh, mommy, I know they like. Mama, me, I'm good. Mama, me, I'm good. Mama, me, I'm good. Mama, me, I'm good. Everybody does say, oh, mommy, I know they like. Mama, me, I'm good. 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 Everybody does say, oh, mommy, I know they like. Everybody does say, oh, mommy, I know they like. Everybody does say, oh, mommy, I know they like.
Brown skin girl, your skin just like pearls. Best thing in the
We don't cast, last. Now everybody go to breakfast. Choco power for the result, oh. Nothing to discuss, oh. Cause I did win by default and without any doubt, oh. I'm a me happy adult, oh. I no go feed the girl insult, oh. I'm a mind that's with the talk, oh. I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love, oh. I know holy and I know that get both. Like the Baba Frayo, my ayo, don't cry, yo. I need to go and shadow. 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 Shadow. I need to go and 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 I dey put a cut when them kill Soboma. I dey try to buy moto, one Toyota Corolla. My feelings been they swing like Django Lover. Feelings been they swing like Django Lover. Now you crash your Ferrari for Lucky Bona. Now some more to remake could have been all over. My feelings today swing like Django Lover. Feelings today swing like Timbani at you. I'm a white dog in Fenisu. Why you say I did nothing for you when if I do anything you want me to do? Timbani at you. I'm a white dog in Venice. Why you say I did nothing for you when if I do anything you want me to do? Maybe another time, maybe another life. You will be my wife and we'll get it right. Don't cast, last. Now everybody go to breakfast. Have to say bye-bye, yo. Bye-bye, yo. To the love of my life. My eye, yo. Don't cry, yo. I need to go and shadow.
that your G-Meta. I'm on you go see such a abuse, nobody said your father. I ain't you gon' compare me, I'ma show you remember. May nobody pressure me, you got kindness in my life. My life, I can't come and keep myself. Oh my God, jahe, tire. My mom sitting and forget myself. I wanna 727, 727. You know, if you know the level where I dance from. I can't come and keep myself. Oh my God, jahe, tire. My mom sitting and forget myself. I wanna 727, 727. You know, if you know the level where I dance from. No go, they call you my cellular. Them just say life in a spedica. Kilo come with me, I know the sign, yo. Love me money, cause I have it back. Problem no they finish at all. One day go now, so once you they come. Tatata, one time you don't come. Once you don't find no figure chance to come again. No go they call you my cellular. Them just say life in a spedica. Kilo come with me, I know the sign, yo. Love me money, cause I have it back. Problem no they finish at all. One day go now, so once you they come. Tatata, one time you don't come. Once you don't find no figure chance to come my life. I can't come and keep myself. Oh my God, jahe, tire. My mom sitting and forget myself. I wanna 727, 727. You know if you know the level where I dance from.
Papa told me keep your head up high. Even though your body full of bite marks from all them canines. Steady moving, I'm just living life. And so many people in my business, so many joking eyes. My fears are easier to face now. In the front of my head, steady chasing my paper. Sipping my tail with no chaser. My steps are guided by Jehovah. I'm 44 looking over. Let no peace stop us alone. And every show is a short time. Cause I stand strong. Baby, you no go minus. Baby, you LME 9+. Big fish flow like the ocean. Oh, I'm one stand strong. TBG day my back on. Baby, you LME 9+. Can't deny my devotion, no. Cause I stand strong. Baby, you no go minus. Baby, you LME 9+. Can't deny my devotion, no. Look in my eye. You see the money and the fame and success, but you really don't know what's going on in my life. What's going on in my life? No pleasure comes from pain. No money fall like rain. This thing they cause migraine, but it's all love. My fears are easier to face now. In the front of my head, steady chasing my paper. Sipping my tail with no chaser. My steps are guided by Jehovah. And my mama looking over. Yes, we rise by it in order. And that is the law of the lifetime. Cause I stand strong. Baby, you no go minus. Baby, you LME 9+. Big fish flow like the ocean. Oh, I'm one stand strong. TBG day my back on. Baby, you LME 9+. Can't deny my devotion. Oh, cause I stand strong. If that time you say easy, baby, you LME 9+. Can't deny my devotion. Oh, cause I stand strong. Baby, you know. That's the reason why you got me the beat. Baby, you LME 9+. Can't deny my devotion. Cause I stand strong. Baby, you know.
I'm all alive. If the point got to my head, say make I deny you, I go tell them, say lie. Don't be like, yeah. I fit to spend all of my money on you. Spend a couple million on you. Give you love until you say don't do, yeah. Special type of feeling that I feel when I'm with you. Oh, the mommy, anytime where I deal with you. I want your heart and soul and your own body too. I can't let you go. I'm beginning to fall in love. I'm beginning to fall in love. I'm beginning to fall in love. This love no be ordinary thing. It's supposed to be one night fling. But now I know they catch feelings. I get vexed when I see you with another person. No, I know they concentrate no more. Make you felicitate your love. Hold me tight and rub on my head, baby. You make I feel alright. Special type of feeling that I feel when I'm with you. Oh, the mommy, anytime where I deal with you. I want your heart and soul and your own body too. I can't let you go. I'm beginning to fall in love. I'm beginning to fall in love. I'm beginning to fall in love. Vibe with it, cause it's a banker. Joe boy, eat it. Joe boy, eat it.
Oxygen mix.
Joe boy, that.
Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm sad. I don't know what's over me. Sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm wild. I don't know what's over me. I don't know what's over me. I'm overthinking everything. At times me feel like nobody can understand the way I feel, cause I am fucked up totally. I don't know how to keep company, so I've been drinking cognac. I've been drinking too many shots of cognac. One for the belly, another for the broken hearts. 3 for addition for so I don't go bad. Looking for somebody who can watch my shoulders. So I can never be sober. I can never be sober. Oh, yes I did it. I made $1 million I make for a living. Me and my Louis Vuitton post for the biggie. Let the camera like it, my titty, you know. Nobody's better than me. Nobody's better than me. I do it differently. Everybody can see, but I don't know what's over me. I'm overthinking everything. At times I feel like nobody can understand the way I feel, cause I am fucked up totally. I don't know how to.
I see the signboard, we say one, cause your body dangerous. For me, I know they hear what, I day hear till morning, and that's some period. If not style, you got style. If not moves, you got moves for this. So what that guys them hoping, boy, yeah. You get something for them. This thing where you carry for section, don't cause hypertension. Oh yeah. EKB where you carry hypertension. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's the way you carry perfection. Don't cause hypertension. Carry perfection.
Ce soir pas de dodo. Baby. Dodo. Ce soir pas de dodo. Maman va dire dodo. Dodo. Ce soir pas de dodo. Ce soir pas de dodo. Comment tu t'appelles, mademoiselle? Your body calling me, andale. Oh my baby, show my baby daily. Your booty body, they make a bad man cake. I want to know. Can I fly you out and give you some of my love? I want to know, no. Yeah. You speak in French, I speak your language. Well, I tell lie, you do me damage. African bad girl, you so savage. Don't be selfish, get let's sit on my face. You turn me on a little too crazy. Can't get enough of you, oh, baby. Girl, you so sexy, I must confess. Baby, every time I'm okay. Ce soir pas de dodo. Ce soir ce soir pas de dodo. Je veux ton corps. La booty so fine, oh no. Pardonne-moi si devant ça moi je perds mes mots. Je vais prendre un peu ton time, no. T'as trop parlé, maintenant que je suis là, faut assumer. Oh pretty baby, oh the young man. Je prendrai aucun avis. Oh the young man. On pourra faire ça dans une Tesla. En manque d'action, je tirerai tous tes tresses, ouais. T'es ma wifey, donc forcément toi tu restes là. Et je t'en donnerai jusqu'à ce que tu me détestes. No dodo, no dodo. Ce soir pas de dodo. Ce soir pas de dodo. Ce soir pas de dodo.
Living the moment, tomorrow belongs to God. Nothing can break me, nothing can bend me, nothing can bring me down. Bella what you hang, we all deserve a chance. La 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 la. I don't go where no love, where my home. Caraibo, down Soweto, long, long way. Wala wala la, wala wala, wala, oh washa washa,
like water with inside coconut. Sip after sip, you give me stamina. Wait for you through the same time, oh, come on. Me and you at the same time. I never want to leave, so dance with me, I pull up on your beach, it's time to swim, Baby girl, make you know the lie. No lie. Make it tell your friends, say you they feel this guy. Don't even waste time. Cause now me you go follow till the day we die. But meanwhile, I can't wait to make your face just smile. It's not a lie. You set my soul on fire. So many girls that pass through, none of the girls find past you. So many things you've been through. Promise life will not be the same again. Wouldn't be the same again. You'll never be the same again. You'll never be the same again. Never be the same again. No mind them, then they lie to you. The talk say me I'm too bad for you. No mind them, then they lie to you. The talk say my heart a glass, someone don't break it, oh, break it, oh, break it, oh. If a time we beat, oh, when I'm gonna take it, oh. On your ways, baby, ready to rotate it. Baby, me and ready to wait it. On your ways, rotate it, oh. Baby girl, make you know the lie. Make it tell your friends, say you they feel this guy. Don't even waste time. Cause now me you go follow till the day we die. But meanwhile, I can't wait to make your face just smile. It's not a lie. You set my soul on fire. So many girls that pass through, none of the girls find past you. So many things you've been through. Promise life will not be the same again. Wouldn't be the same again. You'll never be the same again. You'll never be the same again. You'll never be the same again.
It's Young John, the wicked producer.
I'm calling you, I'm a toad.
And everything I want now more. I do your door and I no go come out. My medicine, my paracetamol. Baby on God, no go jadi sitamo. Kilo one so, see my antenna, get it done scatter. More I wanna know your paro. See my wella, get it done red. Jig, only if you do me da 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 da. And I no go fit deny ya. Kilo one so, see my antenna, get it done scatter. More I wanna know your paro. See my wella, get it done red.
No, any money more. On your mark, sex, baby, let's go. Get your body be the coco, money, choco, body banco. Oh, yeah, give me company, talo just see me. I fit over you go by the just see me. Kilo fat, gone, shit, I'm mentally. I know they can't believe, Amy, you live in you. I'm calling you, I'm a toad. I'm just getting money, tryna get you out the country. Kilo one so, see my medulla, so you don't scatter. Me, I wanna know your popsy. See my eye, well, I get it on red.
Only if you do me da 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 da. And I no go fit deny ya. Kilo one so, see my antenna, get it done scatter. More I wanna know your paro. See my eye, well, I get it on red. My imagination every day. Girl, I wanna see your face. Okay, I see love in your eyes. I see magic in your waistline. Skin tight, mini, shaking physique. Got your body language, so go you me. Special feeling, start now, honey. And you give me reason to change my way. Only if you do me da 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 da. And I no go fit deny ya. Kilo one so, see my antenna, get it done scatter. More I wanna know your paro. See my wella, get it done red. Only if you do me da 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 da. and I no go fi deny ya, deny ya, deny ya. Kilo one so, see my antenna, get it done scatter. More I wanna know your paro. See my wella, get it done red.
All right, just give me 1 second here. We're gonna go over some of this analysis here. Give me a sec. Just that time of day, I have a terrible glare coming through my window here. Okay, so let's take a look at this analysis here. um, I'm sorry too. Today I'm not going to be going over AVAX or DOT. We covered BTC LTC, and we just did quite a bit of analysis on ETH. However, with those two coins, I'd be happy to take a very brief look, and for future live streams, I would be more than willing to do a deep dive into either one of those coins, similarly to what I did with Ethereum today. So taking a look at the charts here on ETH, this has been a it's been a really interesting analysis for ETH here. I would want to continue to follow up on it and watch how it behaves as an asset before I really started trading it heavily, because this is certainly a lot different than when I look at a BTC chart. When I look at BTC, because I've been following it so closely for so long, I can look at this chart and I can see, yeah, this is what I think is likely going to happen, right? Yeah, and we are getting that sort of that deviation. If we do not reclaim here again, then we'd probably be looking lower. But if we do get this reclaim, then that would be massive. This would have been a deviation to trap some shorts. So anyway, back to ETH. We can see that this we have some pretty key trend lines here that I chose to highlight specifically here. And we can see one of them being a very high time frame trend line is coming into play here. You can see we broke above it, tried to hold it as support, lost, and here then tried to reclaim. So what we could see here is one of a couple things. Either A, similarly to BTC, we are having some degree of a deviation, right? We're front running the weekly open. This would be like a nice way to trap shorts. People think we're going to go lower. We're just above the 618, which would be a hot spot here, right at this untapped daily. So to get a move back up above here and then have some degree of move to the upside to take out these highs would be like, in my opinion, would be like a pretty nice trap. Okay. Let me just put these in here. I think that would be a really, 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 really nice trap. Now, in the event that BTC does not reclaim this, then my next hotspot is here at about 1167. It's the 618. This area has held as support before, as we can see here. But nonetheless, it is the 618 of this zone. It has been holding as support. It is an untapped daily. What I think now, if I were trading BTC, what I would think would happen is either A, we deviate here and we go up, fill this fair value gap, hit this pocket of liquidity here, take out these highs. Or I would think that this untapped daily would not hold, and we would simply fall through this area of liquidity, back test it, and then take out this low and tap this weekly, get a move down like this and then reclaim, for then some degree of a bounce. That would be how I would process this price action, because this area has held for quite some time and we took out the lows here. So why would we come down, here for a bounce and then have continuation, when it would make more sense to cut through, grab that low as well, and then, then have some degree of a bounce to the upside? Like, for me, that personally, that would make more sense. We do have a pocket of liquidity here, so it is a potential area for reversal. That said, I just don't, seeing it hold once, twice, if we were to go down here, I could see, a pause. I could see, like, maybe we go like this and we go sideways, and we go sideways like kind of like this. We'll go down and then we'll kind of go up like this, making a bunch of lows, and then we'd sweep them all, on another move down like this. At the very most, I could see something like that. But yeah, I would not be holding my breath for longs here. That's not to say it couldn't bounce. Like, if we get a setup with some bullish divergences, yeah, possibly we could take the move, but like, I would not be holding my breath there to take a trade. More likely, like I said, I would rather deviate here, reclaim this trend line. In the event that we backtest and reject, like I said, we'll cut through, likely take out this low and have some degree of a bounce off of this weekly level is what I would be looking for. And in the event that we do get the move up that we would be anticipating here, coinciding with the move up on BTC, this would be my target here. It front runs this order block. It fills this fair value gap that we have here. We have a nice area of liquidity here. That's not to say that we couldn't go higher. It's very much possible that we do get a move up to this order block here. But for me, this would, I would take profit here. If we were looking and we do get like a bullish divergence set up here, we reclaim and it looks good for like a long trade, I would, take profit here at our SR zone in the event that we reject again. And then I would definitely be taking profit up here at about this 1250 zone in the event that we do get that rejection there. If we go higher, great, you can leave some runners. But for me, this would definitely at the very least be a take profit zone, if not a total reversal zone, after this fair value gap is filled. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of my analysis on this. These are the two hot spots that I would be looking for. And like I said, upon reaching this one, I would be surprised if this gave a good trade. I would. It is not to say that it isn't possible, but I would be surprised if that area held here and gave us a good long trade. Yeah, like I said, if anything like this, you look at like this this value range here. So like the weekly opens basically the value area low, fall through, hit this, consolidate upwards towards the weekly open, and then just fall through again. Taking out the early longers here, give us our bullish divergence and our setup here. See a lot of negative delta in the market. It's looking very like a good trap opportunity, and then reclaim and then get some degree of a move up, and then take out all of these new lower highs that we made, right? Grab the liquidity to the upside for then another move down, if that's what it would look to do. As a matter of fact, that actually looks pretty yeah, like that. I think that would be a pretty I think that would be a pretty wild move to do something like that. I think it would be I don't think a lot of people would be expecting this retracement back up to here after taking out these lows, and that's what makes this so nice. Now, on the other hand, you can see like we have some stairs going here. you know, why not continue? Why not continue this pattern? So like, you know, we have this move, right? Now why not come up, go like this, come down, come up, go like this. And then what do we have here? Boom, boom, boom. Sweep them. Come down here. Right? So like to me this would be like our other, I think that this would be like our other scenario, you know, that I would look at, generally speaking. And like the timing of it, you know, I didn't draw this out in accordance with time. Sometimes I do take the time to do that and draw these out like very nicely. I'm not doing that in this case here. I would, like I said, I would kind of look for one of these two scenarios here where we get this move down, put in some small range here at the daily, cut through, hit this weekly, also the 786 of this zone. We have an H1 order block there. Then get this move up, take out all of these lower highs that we made, right? Sweep the highs, grab this area of liquidity here, right? And then come down. I think what would be, me personally, when I look at this, I think this would be more painful, and it fits more with my BTC analysis. If, you know, we cut down here, we trapped a shit ton of shorts. People are like, oh, it's really bearish. We are going to keep going down now. Like, let the downtrend resume. But it's actually just a deviation. We come back up. We sweep these highs. We come down, flip this area to support, right? Supposedly. Come up, sweep this area here, and then we get our move down. Or even here, we could get that move down too, right? I think like either one of these would be, this to me is super, super nice, right? And as an added bonus, like if we're lucky, you know, let's also form a rising wedge. Like to me, this would be really, really cool to watch play out. And I think it would really mess up a lot of people, right? Because people who are bearish in here, ultimately they're right. Yeah, I agree. We probably will sweep the lows and get some degree of a move down, but like let's mess with them. Let's make this scenario more complex, right? Let's get this move up here, make people bullish again. Cut down, make people bullish again, right? Build this rising wedge that eventually comes crumbling down. Right? Like for me, I really like this. I think that this is a great setup. Do you guys have any questions? Feel free to ask in the chat here. Let's see. Could there be a scenario where BTC pumps while ETH dumps? Absolutely. Absolutely, 120%. We did not do a deep dive analysis into the ETH BTC chart, but I mean, I actually think it's at a bit of a nice support here. You know, if you just kind of look at this zone, right? This was a zone of resistance that's now being sort of back tested here. So I think it's at a nice area of support. If this area was lost here on the ETH BTC chart, then yes. But like from what I see here, I think it's at like a fair SR flip zone, a fair support. So at the very least going sideways, moving with BTC, or maybe even getting a little bit of an accelerant on a small bounce here. So could we have that scenario? Yes. Just taking a very brief look. I did not do a deep dive into this chart, so you know, take this with a grain of salt. But from a very brief look at this, I see that we're at some degree of an SR flip zone. We can see it was resistance here. We can see that we're bouncing from that zone here. So I would at the very least expect sideways or maybe some slow grind upwards with ETH. So no, I wouldn't expect it to move opposite to BTC. I would in fact I would look for it more likely to move with BTC. And if we are going to get that sort of that next leg up, I think again, like with ETH, I would really at the very least expect we take out this high here and possibly hit this pocket of liquidity, right? Like for me, that would be, you know, that would be like a really nice setup. Like I think that this is a really nice scenario here. And again, like as an added bonus, let's make that rising wedge. Like I think that would be really, really cool. Are there any other questions on this? Let's take a look at BTC. Yeah, so we're having the moment of truth here, right? We're having the moment of truth here where we do want to see BTC reclaim this trend line and continue up. If we reject here, then then we would go for that sort of that scenario that I was talking about before, where I don't think that we're going to simply stop here. I don't think this area will hold a support again. I would expect it will cut down, take out that low, and then maybe look for continuation to the upside. But my most ideal scenario, again, similarly to Ethereum, I would love to see us cut up, take out these highs here, put in a range, and then kind of go like this and then come down. Similarly to ETH, where we get this move up, grab this area of liquidity, cut down, and then kind of get one more chug to the upside, creating some degree of a rising wedge, and then cut down from there. To me, this is a really, really nice scenario. So like what can you do then? We can look for a short setup here to trade back down to this SR level, right? So like from here to here, making this sort of a trade here. If we do reclaim levels here and get, some kind of a setup, look for bullish divergences, look for a reclaim of the level, look for, buying power, we want to see strength here. Then yeah, maybe we can look for some degree of a long here to the upside. I personally would be pretty hesitant on that, but if you did reclaim this level, then yeah, it's fair to do. I would take profit here and then again take profit up here. And then, sort of my next swing trade, if you did want to like scalp, from here to here, but my next swing trade would be to look for bearish divergences here or here, more likely maybe up here, and I would then trade this down to take out all of these lower highs. That for me, this would be like my next major trade, where I would look for a swing short opportunity up in this zone to then trade down. Similarly to BTC, that I'm looking somewhere in this zone, maybe yeah, I mean, somewhere in this zone at first. I do want to see the setup, but for me, like this area here, and then look to trade it back down, right? Like for me, that would be, these are two really nice scenarios that's ultimately like what I would be looking for on both. So again, are there any other questions? Nice. Yeah, that was a great short trade. I mean, you really caught, and in my opinion too, like, I don't know if you kept runners, but it could have been worthwhile. It sort of depends, right? But to catch, from here to here is a great, 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 great move. It was a great move. It was a good spot to close. We are seeing some degree of a bounce from here. Yeah, gosh, I would be very, very happy if we saw a good bounce here and saw continuation to the upside. I think that would just be such an awesome, 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 awesome move. Where's BTC here? Oops. Yeah, a little bit of negative delta on that move down. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we could potentially go lower, but like I said, if we reclaim the levels and start seeing some buying power, then I would say for sure we're gonna rip up to that 17.3 zone. I think it would just be a awesome move. I think it would just be really, really great. Because we're front running, like a lot of people would be, looking for lower. Yeah, like people would be thinking, yeah, we're gonna go to the 618 zone, right? But instead we go to deviate the 0.5 and come back up. Yeah, like I think that this is a really nice, if, like I said, if we reclaim here, I think this would have been an awesome, awesome, awesome trap on bears. People would have looked to long here, which they're not going to get. We front run them, we deviate. People think we're still going lower, and then we cut through and reclaim. If we reject, again, people are looking to long here. We could see some degree of a bounce, but just like after doing it once, I would, like I said, I would expect to come down to this level here more likely. All right, cool. Well, it seems like that's it. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope that you guys liked, being here on YouTube. I hope that the video was good and everything like that. So, give me some feedback in the Discord. Let me know. And if we like this, I would prefer to keep doing it, because then we don't have a lag time, right? So like the moment I'm done here, it'll be uploaded and people can view it right away. Whereas in the past, I've had to spend, an hour or two uploading the live stream video. So yeah, let me know in the Discord. And again, guys, thank you for joining me. It's always a lot of fun. Thanks for being patient. I know that, I said it would be last night, so thanks for being patient with me and having it today. So I'll see you in the Discord. I'll be somewhat active today. I'll have a market update video tomorrow, and then we'll take off until about Monday, Tuesday, just for the holidays. All right. Have a good one, guys.